Footballers can be some of the most loved athletes, but with one mess up, everything can change. Today, we're going over some of the most hated football legends. Eric Cantona is a feisty man that often got him in trouble on the pitch. One of the most notable is his infamous kung fu kick on a fan in 1995. This not only got him a temporary ban from football, but had people questioning his sanity. Cantona was known for his confident and often arrogant attitude both on and off the pitch. He wasn't afraid to speak his mind, which often got him in trouble with not only his rivals, but his teammates too. After his infamous kung fu kick in a room full of journalists, here's what he had to say.
When the seagulls follow the trawler, it's because they think sardines will be thrown into the sea.
I'm not going to pretend to know what this means, but some smarter people analyzed it and came up with a simple explanation. It refers to the press's interest in him and the pressure for him to give them something to report on. The trawler is him, the seagulls are the press, and the sardines are quotes from him about the case. John Terry, the man who once led Chelsea to trophies and being named one of the best defenders in Premier League history, also had a dark side to him. All this started in January 2010 when he had an affair with Vanessa Parenzel. And this wasn't just any random girl. It was the so-called girlfriend of his teammate and best friend, Wayne Bridge. When Bridge found out, he was livid and refused to play for England in the World Cup in South Africa if Terry was in the lineup. Chelsea players were split in opinions, and the majority wanted to kick Terry off their team, but the coach had the final say and ended up just removing the captain's armband from him. On July 27, 2012, Terry was accused by the FA of using abusive and insulting words towards Anton Ferdinand. This brought major problems as Ferdinand refused to shake Terry's hand during the QPR vs Chelsea match. The punishment was a 4-match ban by the FA for his radical behavior. Mario Balotelli was a brilliant player who once played for Inter Milan and Manchester City. He was a beast on the field, but there was something about him that fans didn't like and flat out made them angry. When Balotelli was at Manchester City, he got in a lot of trouble with his coach Mancini. In 2013, he was involved in a training session fight, and after that, he was no longer the star and fell out of the favor of his boss's eyes. During a friendly between Man City and LA Galaxy of the MLS, Balotelli had an easy goal and attempted a skill shot that went wide. This was disrespectful to LA Galaxy, although some would say he was just playing on the same level as MLS players. The crowd booed him, and he was subbed off at the 31st minute, where Milner was brought in. Balotelli was hated, mostly by Manchester United fans after his "Why Always Me" shirt was flaunted at a 6-2 heavy win at Old Trafford. In 2014, during an interview, a journalist asked Mourinho who the most problematic player he has ever dealt with was. And of course, he said,
Mario was good fun. I could write a book of 200 pages of my 2 years in interview with Mario, but the book would be not a drama. The book would be a comedy. We went to Kazan in the Champions League, and in that match I had all my strikers injured. No Milito, no Eto'o. I was really in trouble, and Mario was the only one. Mario gets a yellow card in minute 42, 43. So when I go to the dressing room at halftime, I was spending 14 minutes speaking only for Mario. Mario, I cannot change you. I cannot make a change. I don't have a striker on the bench. Don't touch anybody. Play only with the ball. When we lose the ball, no reaction. If somebody provocates you, no reaction. If the referee makes a mistake, no reaction. Mario, please. Minute 46.
No way.
Red card.
No way.
Emmanuel Adebayor is mostly hated by Arsenal fans. Why? He was one of their best players, but everything changed when he started demanding higher wages. He got greedy, and the moment he didn't get what he wanted, he threw a tantrum. Adebayor stopped putting in effort and just wanted to leave the club. He finally got his wish and transferred to Man City. But at what cost? There's an unwritten rule in football that when you score against your former team, you shouldn't celebrate. During a match versus Arsenal, he scored a goal and ran the length of the pitch to celebrate in front of his former fans. This was extremely disrespectful. He was rubbing it in their faces, and every Arsenal fan was furious. They hated him. Pepe was a Real Madrid and Porto legend. He was born in Brazil but played for Portugal, and his football career started at Maritimo in the 2002-2003 season. He joined Real Madrid in 2007 when he was involved in many accidents, including a game with Getafe where he fouled a player in the penalty area. Pepe pushed a player and then did the worst thing possible. He kicked him while he was down, first on the shin, then on the back. He was eventually sent off and received a well-deserved 10-game ban. Sol Campbell spent 9 fateful years at Tottenham and was not only arguably the team's key player, but also a fan favorite. All this changed when he decided it was time to move on. He just couldn't get any further in his career and ended up just moving to the rival team, Arsenal. He received backlash and a lot of hate from his former fans. How could you just betray your own team like that? And worst of all, play for the rival team. The late Diego Armando Maradona is regarded as one of the greatest sportsmen that has ever graced the game. Unfortunately, he passed away on November 25, 2020 due to cardiac arrest. But his legacy won't be forgotten, especially by England fans. In the 1986 England FIFA World Cup quarterfinals, he scored a goal with his hand. After the game, he said he scored the goal a little bit with his head and a little bit with the hand, which was also considered cheating in football. He went on to famously be called the Hand of God. The goal counted and Argentina went on to the semifinal with a 2-1 win, a game that English fans will never forget.